Kanika's Kitchen. Today we are canning pineapples. This is actually a first for me. I've never done pineapple before. But our Kroger last week, it was the week of Easter, had them on sale for 87 cents each. So for that price, I was like, I'm gonna can some pineapple. I'm actually going off the, let me see if I can remember, the National Center of Food Preservation. Yeah, we're getting all official today. I'm just going to follow their guidelines. It looks pretty straightforward. We're water bath canning today. I don't do a whole lot of water bath canning, but I think we can make it through this. I'm just going to do mine like fruit juice and water. My plan is to take the core out of the pineapple and simmer it in the water that I'm going to use for canning. If you want to add sugar and can these in the syrup, that's fine too. You don't have to add the syrup though, or you don't have to add the sugar for this to be safe to eat. It'll still be shelf stable without any sugar whatsoever. What is this? The canning process and then the pH of the pineapples is what's going to keep it safe and inhibit bacteria growth. But I've got 12 pineapples. We're gonna can some. We're gonna do it right. We're gonna jump in here. We're gonna do pint jars today. I figured it'd be easier for like throwing it for pizza or for snacks. My kids love pineapple, so hopefully they'll like these for maybe with breakfast or just afternoon snack. Especially in the winter months when it's kind of hard to find fresh fruit. I've got 10 cups of filtered water in here. I'm just going to heat it up and just going to kind of toss in my cores as we go and let them simmer. So I've got some of my prep work done. Well, by prep work I mean I've got my water on the stove top. So I think the next step would be to start cutting up some pineapple. I have this super handy little pineapple core cutter thing. If you haven't seen these before, they're great. I'll show you how they work. Highly recommend them. I think they're pretty cheap for what you get. Definitely worth the convenience of it. And I'm just going to cut the top off right here. Ooh, it looks good. Smells really good too. Like I said, when I bought them, they were all still pretty green. So I let them set for about a week. And they're all pretty nice. Still got a little green, but they're mostly got a nice golden yellow color. If you can see. My lighting's not great. But with this little thing, the hardest part is just lining it up with the core. And I kind of look at it, so yeah, that's pretty good. Spot. And then you just push down. Sorry, this may not be the best angle to show you how to do this. There we go. You can kind of see what I'm doing now. And I'm just pushing and twisting. I think we're getting close to the bottom. You kind of start seeing it cut through the bottom down here, you know for sure you're done. Yeah, that feels good. I mean, I'm getting a good bit of resistance now. It does have a little bit of a vacuum, so you gotta use a little muscle to pull it out. Here we go. There's quite a bit of juice left. I'm just going to pour it in my bowl over here. Go. And then I like to use this little thing and then just, if you want to leave it in spirals, you can take this off before you start cutting the pineapple, and actually you can just remove this and this and then just slide this off and you'll have a nice spiraled pineapple and you can just cut it on up into little slices. But I'm going to do chunks today, so put that back on. No, I don't think it matters which way it goes on. And then pops this back on. Go. And then we just push down. But don't make it. You might be able to do it a little more gracefully than I do. Definitely don't have to make that big of a mess. But you see our nice little chunks? Yeah, how easy was that? Toss all these. I'm just putting them all in a big bowl over here along with all the juice that I can save. There we go. Nope, yeah, there's a little bit of a slice left. It didn't quite cut through that. Kind of break that apart. And then we're going to toss it all in our bowl. There we go. Oh, it smells so good. We love fresh pineapple. We do not care for the canned pineapple from the store, but I've been told that the home canned pineapple is a lot better. So I want to try it and see. Like I said, for 87 cents a pineapple, I didn't really have a whole lot to lose. Now I'm going to try to kind of cut out my core. There we go. And I'm just going to throw this in my water and let it simmer. Some people do the whole and all, but I don't know. That seems, I think the core will be plenty. I may kind of cut out some of this and then strain it, but we'll see. For now, I'm just going to let the core simmer. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet. I know you can make some kind of like fermented pineapple drink, but I don't know if that's something that we would enjoy or not. But that's it. I'm just going to do that 11 more times. Quick update, you guys. This is a lot of pineapple. More than I thought it was going to be. I had to upgrade to my biggest stock pot, which is also the stock pot I water bath can in. So I have to fill my jars with this and then clean this out. But all I've done, I finished chopping up the pineapples, and then I just strained the water that had my core simmering in it. I just strained it right into this pot. I tasted of it. Some people said that theirs tasted burnt. Mine didn't, but I didn't boil it. I just let it simmer. And I actually wound up doing that, letting it simmer for about 2 hours. Because my little guy, he woke up and we wound up going outside, and I'm just now getting back to it. I didn't add any sugar to mine, but if you wanted to add sugar to yours, the time to do that would be when you have your water. You want to bring it to a boil, add in however much sugar you want. Probably like a cup or two, I would think, of just white sugar. You want to bring that to a boil and let all your sugar dissolve. Probably turn down the heat and then add your pineapple, and then you would be at this step that I'm at now. But I just didn't add the sugar, so I just strained my water, and here we are. The next step, according to the website, said to let it simmer for 10 minutes. And I'm assuming that's to just let the pineapples and everything come up to heat, because you don't want to be dealing with cold jars when you're water bath canning. So that's what we're doing now. While this simmers, I've got my jars in the dishwasher, and my rings and my lids. I'm going to get all those out and have them ready to be filled. Pineapples have been simmering for 10 minutes. They're good and hot. I didn't boil them any, but they are heated through definitely. So what I'm going to do, I've got my canning funnel here, my pint jars. And I actually have a slotted spoon. I'm going to start with a slotted spoon. And I'm going to fill each one with pineapple chunks. And then I'll go through with a ladle and I'll top them off with the water. I had to get 2 more pint jars. This pineapple situation has definitely gotten out of hand. But so far, I'm like super pleased with how much this is yielding. I'm pleasantly surprised. I've got all my pineapple chunks in here, and now all that's left in my pot is the liquid, the pineapple juice or whatever you want to call it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to top off the jars and fill them all with the water, and while maintaining my 1 inch of headspace right here. Sorry, my lighting's not very good. I'm trying to give you all the best view, but my lighting's not great. It's gotten kind of late. Now we've got our little debubbler here, and all we're going to do is go around. And kind of, some people do like a nice smooth motion. I'd always have to jab mine. But we're just getting all of our air bubbles out, and we're going to maintain our 1 inch of head space. You're going to do this to all the jars, and you may have to pack it back down once you get done. Now we've got all our jars debubbled. We just take a clean, damp paper towel and wipe the rims. Go. This isn't too bad since I just use water and pineapple juice. Mine aren't too sticky. If you opt for a syrup, you might have to scrub them a little bit more, be a little more thorough with this. I would think that the syrup would be a lot more prone to sticking on your rims here. My lighting's not great. I'm trying to get you guys a better viewpoint here. I wiped all the rims clean. Now we're just going to put on our clean lids. Just pop them right on there. Alright, now we've got all of our lids on. We're going to put our rings on, fingertip tight. And all that is we're just using our fingers to tighten them. We're not putting our wrist into it. We don't want to over tighten, otherwise our lids will buckle and you won't get it sealed. But we're definitely boiling. I'm going to put the lid on and we're going to start the processing time for 20 minutes. So that's what I need for pineapples in pints based on my altitude. You guys, I'll leave the link down below to that website and it'll tell you how much time you need for yours based on where you live. Well, based on your altitude. 20 minutes is up. I'm just going to turn off my heat and take the lid off and let it cool off just a little bit, about 5 minutes. The jars they're ready to come out now, but I think they recommend waiting 5 minutes just so you won't get burned by the boiling water. And once the 5 minutes is passed, I'll get my little can lifter thing out and I'll just lift them up and put them on a towel on my counter to cool off. Here's the pineapple fresh out of the canner. I think they look pretty good if I do say so myself. I'm excited. I'm going to get my second batch going. And it's kind of getting kind of late in the evening. I'm just going to let these sit overnight. I'm not going to do anything else to them. Not going to check them if they're sealed or not, or fiddle with the rings, or push down on lids, or any of that. As much as I may want to. Patience is key at this step. But we'll check back in the morning, and I'll let you guys know how it went. It's the next morning. All I've done is I took the rings off of my jars, and I just lift them up like this to see if they've sealed. I wound up with 17 pints of diced pineapple. And they all sealed, so super happy with that. That was a dozen pineapples, and I easily could have gotten 1 or 2 more pints had we not. We gave a little bit away, and we ate some, maybe even 3 more pints, but it's hard to pass that fresh pineapple. I also went ahead, I had a lot of the juice left over. I went ahead and canned it up. I wound up with 5 pints of the juice, which I figure we'll just use for smoothies and stuff. It does taste really good. But for what I had invested in this, I am super pleased with how this turned out. Hopefully we'll like them better than the store-bought canned pineapple. They look beautiful. I'll just be happy seeing these on my shelves. They're so pretty, that bright yellow. But if you guys like this, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more like this, go ahead and subscribe and come back and see me. This is what I like doing. I enjoy it. I like putting some
good shelf-stable food up for, you never know when you'll need it. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, just come back and see me.